Hello, good morning and welcome to the 11:30 Tai Chi for Beginners class. Now, if there's anybody there, if you can give me a wee thumbs up once you're sort of logged in, you may have noticed that I'm not Kirsty. Kirsty can't be with you this morning, so she's asked me to cover the class for her. My name is Leslie. I'll probably know one or two of you anyway from my classes, but I'm going to assume that most people here maybe don't know me. I do teach the Monday Tai Chi on here and the Thursday morning chair yoga. I have been teaching for South Lanarkshire Leisure for about 27 years now, so please don't worry, you're hopefully in quite safe hands, okay? So, there's a few come on. Hello, pleased to see you. So please make sure before we start that you have a wee bit of space. I'm just standing in my living room, so I've got a wee bit of room. You don't need a whole lot of space for your practice, just do make sure there's no trip hazards about. You might even want to have a glass of water in case you get thirsty, okay? We'll not be doing anything particularly strenuous, but you might find you get a wee bit warm, you want to stop and have a drink. Now, this practice can be done sitting in a chair, so if you're at home and you're maybe struggling to be upright, feel free to be seated. Now, what we're going to do for this half hour or so, we'll have a nice wee warm up, then we're going to sort of learn a nice wee sequence together, and it's one that even if you've not done Tai Chi before, you'll all have it pretty much memorised, in about 10 minutes or so. And then if we've got a bit of time left, we will do some silk reeling, which is quite fun as well. So to begin with, hello, I can see more of you now, good stuff. Let's bring the feet apart about hip width, knees and toes are forward. And do try and soften the knees. There's certain things we always kind of try and do in Tai Chi. One of them is to put a wee bend in the knees so nothing feels all locked out. Now give your arms a shake. Just loose, like spaghetti. They're just kind of wiggling about. Looks kind of daft, but it's quite nice for just shaking off maybe any tension in the fingers, the arms, the wrists, the shoulders. And then very gently begin to twist and turn. And do try and keep your arms lovely and loose as you do this. Start to notice the air that you can feel circulating around your body. Take some nice easy breaths, or even one or two deeper ones if you like. And start to check in with how you are feeling this morning. And that means acknowledging any aches or pains or stiffness, or even if you're just feeling absolutely brilliant this morning and everything's feeling great. This practice is suitable for everyone. So nice and loose. Remember, your knees are staying nice and soft as well. And this is starting to warm up and mobilise the body. We're going to come back to centre, and then we'll shake out the arms, but this time we'll give the legs a wee kick out as well. And then bringing the feet again, hip width apart. We call this Wu Ji stance. It's just a kind of empty, neutral stance. Try and stand nice and tall with the tailbone down, crown of the head's up so the spine's long, and just bring your hands onto the fronts of your thighs. We're going to do some really slow little squats. So I would like you to bend your knees, keep your spine long, and as you tip forward, just let your hands slide down towards your knees. Now we're not going to go any further, but I do want you to check that your spine is long and extended, that you've not rounded it, arched it, tucked your tailbone under. Also check you're not holding your breath. Let's slide the hands back up without locking the knees. That can sometimes be the tricky bit. So let's come down again. We'll slide the hands down towards the knees. Spine is long, back nice and straight. Now, if you can, and it depends, because if you've got a sore back today, keep leaning on the legs. If you don't really need that help, then simply take one arm off and extend it forward. Now you'll notice that feels different already. The other arm off and forward, suddenly the squat feels quite a bit harder, doesn't it? Don't know why, it just does. Shoulders drop down. You can feel the muscles a wee bit more in the bum, the hips and the thighs. Check that the knees are okay with this. Let's return the hands again. And let's slide back up. So hopefully you've got a wee bit of awareness now, even of how your legs, hips, you know, how the knees are feeling, because this will all help you within the sequences we're going to do. Let's make soft fists by our sides and raise one arm gently up in the air. Do it nice and slow so you can notice how your shoulder is feeling. So bring it up, and then as you start to bring it down in front of you, bring the other arm up. We sometimes just call this beating the drum. We're beating it really, really slowly, one high and one low. But what we are in fact doing is mobilising the shoulders, massaging them, opening the chest and working a bit into the upper back as well. Now if you're noticing that your arms won't go all the way up or even all the way down, start to adjust it. You can make it a kind of smaller range, maybe something like this in front. Just start to find your own sort of boundaries and where the movement feels comfy for you. Oh, we've had a few love hearts coming up, that's nice. I always like seeing them. Makes you smile, doesn't it? Makes you feel good. So just very slowly, beating the drum, high and low. And then we'll just bring the arms back down again. So something nice and simple. Again, all I would like you to do is lift one heel off the floor. Now as you lift that heel off the floor, please check that you haven't locked straight that other leg, so the knee is still bent. So when we've got the knee bent, we're still in fact loading up this thigh muscle. You should be able to feel that. And the body's not leaning over to the side, you're still staying lovely and upright. You can even imagine you've got a book balanced on your head here. And as we bring that heel back down, we'll shift the weight across to the other leg and we'll lift that heel up. So why are we doing this? Well, we're doing this to warm and prepare the legs. Let's shift again. We're getting the opportunity to check in with our joints. And we're also starting to train our balance. So really important. So I want you to notice how it feels. How's your balance as you lift and lower the heels? Are you tipping over? Are you managing to stay quite stable? Again, this is important for something we're going to do in a moment. So we've got heel lifts. We'll do one more. And then bring the feet flat onto the floor. Knees are bent. And then making a kind of pinched hand with one hand. So you're trying to bring all the fingers and thumb together, like you're pinching. And the other arm can just do nothing, that hand can rest. And all I'd like you to do is reach down, pinch like you're picking up a wee thread. Try and keep the shoulder down and let that wee thread just drop back down on the floor again. Super, let's do the same with the other side. So we'll pinch, we'll just bend in the elbow to lift the thread, shoulder relaxed, and we'll let it go. Let's do that one more time on each side. So this is getting into the hands, the wrists and the connective tissues in your arms. Really good for circulation. Good if you maybe struggle with the joints as well. But don't do anything that's painful. Super. So this time we're going to kind of put those two movements together, and remember you can do this seated if you're maybe feeling a bit sort of off today, okay? So you're going to lift one heel, and I would advise you to do it in mirror image. It'll keep it a wee bit easier. Now the heel that you've lifted, pinch with that same side hand, so it's almost going to be like you've pulled the heel up off the floor and you're just letting it sink back down, knees both bent. Let's pull the other heel gently off the floor and let's release it. Sink it deep into the earth. Pulling, drawing up the heel. Good. And back down. Notice your balance. Notice how your hands, fingers and wrists feel. Try and keep your shoulders relaxed. Lift and lower. Now stop here just briefly. If you found that quite a bit of a struggle, I want you just to practice that, because the next option is to actually lift the foot off the floor. So you can give it a go if you like. So you could either be lifting the heel or lifting the foot as you draw up and put it gently back down, knees both bent. Pour the weight across, either the heel pulls up or the foot. Remember, you can be sitting in a chair, saves you worrying about falling over. Sink it down. Pulling up. It's a bit like a puppet on a string. Sinking down. We'll do one more. Pulling up and returning to the earth. Brilliant, super. Have a little shake out again, or have a wee drink of water if you like. Now we're going to do a wee sequence just now, and there are only 6 movements. If there's a few of you on just now that usually come to my classes, you will know this sequence. I'm very fond of it. 6 movements, 6 words, and those words are sky, prayer, prayer, heaven, side, chair. Yeah, I know prayer comes in twice, but it's 2 different movements, okay? So we're back in Wuji stance with the feet hip width. Soften your knees, lengthen your spine, relax your shoulders. Stand tall with the crown of the head up, yet feel rooted down, like you're really connecting down into the earth. You're joined to it, you're part of it. So let's have a wee go of sky. We're going to float the arms out and up towards the sky. We're going to lace the tips of the fingers. We're going to press the palms gently up. Looking up if you're comfy, and then open, and it's like you're drawing a bubble around you, a bubble of light. So let's try that again. Now, you could do this much lower if the hands don't like being up this high or above the head. You could have them head height or chest level. So we're here, lace the fingertips, press the palms, stretching the wrist gently, your elbows stay soft, and draw a bubble. Good. Let's do one more. This time focus a little on the legs. I want you to rise through the legs without locking your knees straight. Try that. Feel the space on the chest. And as you open out and draw that bubble, sink back down into your legs. Good. That's the first movement. Second movement, prayer. We're going to draw the hands together in prayer. And as we rise through the legs, we're going to rise through the centre line of the body. Now we're going to bring the hands up, and again remember, you can stop here or lower, whatever suits you best. Elbows are not straight or locked. We turn the palms gently out, the shoulders will roll gently in, and we're just drawing that bubble again. So we're not stretching, we're opening. Feels different. We rise through the legs, keep the shoulders down for as long as you can, only lifting when they need to. Palms out, breathe. Can you feel all that space in your chest and rib cage? It's really good for our breathing. So we'll do one more, and hopefully you're beginning to gauge what sort of height you're comfy having your own hands and arms. It's really important that we do this to suit our own bodies and how they feel right now in this moment. Now the third movement is prayer again. We've done sky, prayer, we're on the second prayer. Now the hands will stay together this time. It's kind of bringing in the wee squat we practiced earlier. We extend, but we're going to circle the arms gently forward. We're going to bend the knees, the spine long. So it's like you're sinking the energy down towards the earth. Now do watch here, don't scrunch your shoulders. Bend your elbows, push through the soles of the feet to come back up. So we're coming up. Give it another go. We're circling the arms forward and around, bending the knees, spine long towards the earth. Again, do look out for the shoulders coming up to your ears, keep them down. Let's do one more. Now this time, as we come up, shoulders are down. You're not going to bring the hands up too high this time, maybe about sort of chest or shoulder level, because as you bring them down in front, we're not squatting down. We're going to lace the tips of the fingers. We're going to draw gently up. Again, the shoulders stay down for as long as you can. We flip the hands slowly here and we rise, having a little stretch up towards the heavens. Now here's an option, if you like, lift up both heels and let them come down as you draw a bubble. It's like you're surrounding yourself with energy. Sink down towards the earth and draw gently up towards the heavens. Feel yourself really open and expanding. Breathing, heels up, maybe heels down. So let's try one more. And hopefully you're getting the hang of this and managing to kind of smooth it out. And even noticing how you feel or what height you have to have the sort of movements, heels down. Now this time as the hands float down, I want you to bring one hand onto your hip, but notice the other hand has not stopped. Sweeps across, it's like you're brushing away. You're going to brush away. Now without leaning forward, without twisting, keeping the knees bent, we just take a little bend to the side and you notice one side opens and the other side squeezes. Again, we haven't stopped moving. As we switch sides, hand on hip, and your body stays to the front of the room as we just bend a little to the side. We'll have another wee go of the sides, because when we put this sequence together, we only do one of each. So this is like a wee practice run. You'll find when we come to do it, if you repeat it, it really starts to feel like a lovely, simple, moving meditation. This will be our last one. We've done sky, prayer, prayer, heaven, side. That leaves chair. You might already be sitting on one, it doesn't matter, but it's almost like you're going to sit on one. Remember that squat earlier where we slid the hands down? You can choose that, or hands in front this time, perhaps a little deeper, pushing the feet into the floor. So let's have another go of that little squat. It's like you're going to sit in a chair, so you stick the bum out, the spine is long, hands can stay on the thighs to support the back, or you sit down, arms forward. Now let's return nice and slowly. So let's try putting that all together. First movement is sky. Come with me now. Hands towards the sky, heels stay on the floor here. Reach and open, soften and sink. Prayer, the first one. Can you remember? Hands guiding up the midline, palms out, shoulders gently in. Another bubble of light and energy. Remember your legs are still moving. The second prayer is the sort of prayer squat one. So your hands stay together the whole time here, circling forward, bending the knees wherever you are comfortable. It really matters. It has to be just about you. Coming up slowly, the hands come back down, and as they come down, we lace the fingertips. We're drawing the chi gently up through the body towards the heavens. There's your clue. Lift the heels if you like. Heels down, open, knees bent. Hand on hip, still moving. Sweeping away. As we bend gently to the side. Knees stay soft. other side. So maybe you're beginning to notice that it's quite easy to keep the movements flowing and not actually have to stop between them. Chair, sit down in it, or imagine you are, and rise from it. Press the feet into the earth, come up slowly, slowly, really slowly. Sky, feet are flat on the floor. Prayer. Notice this is the first. If you find the mind starts to wander, you probably start to muddle them up. We keep track. Keeps the mind more focused on the moment. This is the second prayer, and it gives us often a very welcome break from the outside world and all that's going on in it. We need to learn to take a break, or we get a bit overwhelmed. Heaven, place the fingertips. Lift the heels if you like, and lower. Side. Again, we haven't stopped unless you need to rest. Remember here we're just bending to the side. Make sure you're not twisting or leaning forwards or backwards. Feel the space on one side and the squeeze or massage in the other. Chair. Only where you're comfortable, shoulders are down. Push the feet down. It's really important you come up slow from this so you don't get dizzy. Let's go again. Sky. Prayer. Prayer. Heaven. Side. Chair. Now please notice how you're feeling. If you're feeling okay, do it one more time with me. I'm not going to say the words. See if you know them now. Slowly press the feet down into the earth and rise, balancing the chi. Nice and slowly with me, draw towards the midline, fingertip towards fingertip, shoulders nice and relaxed, sinking down. Let's do it again. Rise. It's like you're settling in all that wonderful energy that's moving and flowing around your body just now. Let's do one more. We'll gather hands to the low dantian. Now, it's below the belly button. Think of it a bit like a rechargeable battery for your energy. So sealing in, stepping in. Well done, well done. Have a good little shake out. So I hope you enjoyed the wee 6 set. I can't actually believe how quickly time is flying. We'll have a wee quick 5-minute go of a little bit of silk reeling. The kind of longer silk reeling video is in my Monday class if anybody wants to go back and watch it. Okay, but I'll introduce it to you quickly just now. We can have a wee play about with it. So we're in Wuji stance again. So this is a bit of a brain teaser as well. So looks simple, some of you will get it straight away, others you'll be a wee bit, oh that looks dead easy, but I'm not quite getting it. Let's bring one hand to the hip. And all we're going to do just now with the other hand and arm is, this is called single hand or single arm outward reeling. Now I want you to notice your knees bending a little more here and you're rising a little more here. The arm and hand, everything's soft and flowing, yet you're wonderfully in control of it. There's no tension in your elbow or your wrist or your shoulder. And your waist is gently turning, just going with the flow. Single arm outward reeling. Really feel that your shoulders down. One of the most common sort of things that happens when you start silk reeling, you can practice it for a lifetime. I'm just starting to get the hang of it myself. But one of the most common things is that this tension you're maybe holding in the shoulder. It feels like you're floating when you kind of get it. So let's have a wee go with the other hand. So we'll bring that hand to the hip. It's just giving it something to do, it keeps it out of the way. And again, it's single hand outward reeling. So the hand and fingers are soft. You can feel air between the fingers. Remember, you're sinking a little and rising a little as you turn the waist. It's like you're just sort of playing with the air, moving it around very gently as you reel silk. So now let's try putting that together. So what I would like you to do is reel outwards with this arm again, but release this hand from the hip, and as you turn to the side, just start to reel outwards with the other hand. Now, this suddenly seems tricky, or trickier, but bear in mind you're doing exactly the same movement as you just practiced with the single arms. It's just now you are doing two hands, high-low, outward reeling. It's a bit of a mouthful. Spine is long, knees are bent, shoulders are down. Now do notice the direction. Some of you are bound to have started going inwards instead of outwards, and you'll kind of suddenly go, oh, so it's all part of the fun. I'm going to show you just one more. I want you to return to the front. This is two hands together, outward reeling. So this is a bit easier. So it's quite easy because they're both coming up at the same time. So this is really good for our coordination, for our focus. Wonderful for our circulation. Just a nice head space to be in as well. Now we could play about with silk reeling, for ages. We usually start to kind of mix them up a bit, and it's a bit like sort of following a pattern. And then of course you could do the whole thing all over again, going inwards too. But for now, as the hands come down, fingertip towards fingertip, balance the chi, as we'll have to end here. Guide that wonderful energy down through the central spiralling energy line of the body. You've recharged yourself, even a little. Step in. Well done. That was super. Thank you so much for joining me here today. As I say, I know I'm not Kirsty, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. She will be back with you as normal next week. Okay, take care folks, have a good day. Bye.